Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. In this video, we're going to talk about how to calculate the ARV, which stands for after repair value. It's a very important number to know when you're making an offer on a property, whether that's a wholesale deal, a rental property, or a renovation. Now, where do we get the ARV from? Well, we get it from comparable sales. And those are properties that have sold just like yours in the same area. Now, you can get comparable sales from multiple sources. You can call your local realtor and they can pull something called the CMA, which stands for Comparative Market Analysis. Or you can go to Zillow. You can go to the tax assessor's website, or you can do what we do and use our software called PropStream. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to get an ARV just using PropStream. So let's go with the realtor first, and let's go through a live case study of a property we have under contract we're about to purchase. A realtor did pull a CMA on this for us, and let's take a look at what the CMA looks like. Well, the CMA looks like this. It's going to be different depending what part of the country, what MLS that realtor is using. Right, it's going to give you just general info about the property. This is 3567 Kingsview Drive, year built, what type of home it is. Right, it's going to have the three comparable sales. Right, you have a high sale of 159, a low of 115, a median sales price would be 139. Days on market 38, and this is the side-by-side comparison. Exactly what type of properties they were. Brick four-sided, 4-2, 4-2, 3-2, right? Just gives you information about the property. This is kind of important to know too what the list and sold price was. This was listed for 119, sold for 115, listed for 149, sold for 139, listed for 162, sold for 159. And then it just breaks down each property for you. And again, kind of repeats the same information of comparable statistics in the area. So how do we use PropStream to pull the same number? Well, we go to PropStream and we're going to enter in the address, right? And I already did a search on this. It's 3567 Kingsview Drive. We're going to pull it up, right? Now, let's take a look at what actually Kingsview Drive looks like right now. This is the subject property, the outside, and then you have the inside. Definitely needs a full update and a renovation. Nothing major, just a lot of cosmetic things we'll be doing to the property to bring it up to the value that we're looking to sell it for, right? So if we go to PropStream, we're going to go to details. Once we pull up details, it's going to give us a lot of information about the property. Now, when looking at comparables, we're going to go comparables and nearby listings. What you want to do, you want to put a date range, right? Sometimes you can look 6 months, sometimes you can look a year. We try to keep it within 6 months. Sometimes we do go out a year depending on the area. Bedrooms, we're going to look at properties 3 to 4 bedrooms, bathrooms 1.5 to 2, square footage 905 to 1357. We're going to look at all sold properties. Now, if you're in a neighborhood where there are new builds, you would want to put a year built max because a new build is going to have a different value than a renovated property. So that's something you want to keep in mind. And you're going to look at distance. How many miles, right? Usually it's anywhere from 1/2 to 1 mile. In a rural area, it's going to be a little bit further. Could be up to 5. I've even seen 10 miles where they're trying to pull a comparable sale. But that's very standard when looking in rural areas. Now, we're going to look at what types of sales we're going to pull. I already pulled some here. So we have 132 Meadow Drive. It sold for 159. We're going to compare that. 112 Aretha. It sold for 139. And 322 Stafford Drive, which sold for 139 here. It says 138.5, but it's 139 on the public records. So we're going to pull that one. And then what it's going to do, it's going to give us basically a price per square foot, average days on market, and it's going to look at what the average sales price is, so 145. Let's look at some of these comparable properties. Let's take a look at 132 Meadow Drive, and this is important because you want to look at how the property was actually rehabbed. So we wanted 32 Meadow Drive. This is a little bit bigger than the subject property, right? 1,300 square feet, but it did sell for $159,000. But unfortunately, there's not really any good pictures, but it's going to give us the history of the sale, which is kind of interesting to look at sometimes. It was bought for $114. Seems like it was quickly rehabbed and listed for $169. They did a price change and sold at $159. All right, so let's take a look at another one here. We're going to look at 322 Stratford Drive. Now, this looks almost identical to our subject property, right? Front, you have a carport, all right? You have kind of a four-sided brick home. As you can tell, they updated the inside. So this is something we really want to look at and compare our property to. So they had a sales price of $139, right? It's basically same size home. As you can tell, they updated the property from top to bottom, new light fixtures, paint, of course, new flooring it looks like, little things like doorknobs, outlets. They kept this bathroom, they just updated it, new vanity, new toilet. You can tell they did a really good job with the kitchen, right? New cabinets, new appliances, new countertops, right? So this is a sale that we want to follow, and we want to list that property at $139. So we want to do the same exact thing. We want to kind of copycat this, right? So, and then we have another sale, 112 Aretha. Let's take a look at that. It says under contract, but it says sold on the MLS. Now this is another property. Seems like they did do an update. They either refinished the floors or buffed them out. The kitchen has previously been updated or was updated. You got granite countertops. You got a nice stove and oven. Right? Just very, very modern. Doesn't look like the bathroom was updated too much, but in the overview it says fenced backyard, beautiful hardwood floors, spacious floor plan, fantastic home. This is 1,300 square feet. What we're going to do with our subject property is we're going to list this property at 144, test the market. But the sale that we really want to follow is this 139, which is the Stratford Drive. Now, another way to factor up ARV very quickly is you would take the three sales that you have here, right? And PropStream does it for you. You add those three sales up, you divide by the square footage, and it's going to give you a price per square foot. Now, the price per square foot on this property on these three comparable sales is $113.15. If we were to times that times our square footage of the property, it's going to come in a little less, right? But we're doing updates. We're going to update the property totally. One of the sales in here doesn't look like it was updated the way it should be. We're not sure. So when we add those numbers up, we're going to list at 144, but we know that a comparable sale was 139. So let's recap here. You can get your comps from a realtor. You can pull them off Zillow. You can pull them off the tax assessor website. You can also use the software that we use, PropStream. You're going to look at comparable sales to yours. You're going to look at exactly the kitchens, what they did to the bathrooms, the flooring, everything. You want those properties to be all fixed up. Sometimes you'll have a property that isn't fixed up or updated. You don't want to have heavy weight on that sale. Once you find a couple sales that are going to be identical to yours or close, you're going to add those up and divide the square footage. So you do, if it's, the sales price for all of them is $300,000 divided by 3,000 square feet of all the homes, you're going to come up with a price per square foot times that your square footage of your home is going to give you a general ARV. We like using PropStream because it keeps it very, very simple. Everything is here for you. You have the average sales price, price per square foot, average days on market. Again, we're going to follow this 322 Stratford. We're going to list at 144. We know from the recent sale that 139, it could sell for 139. So again, calculating ARV is very important. Make sure you run your numbers, use PropStream, use the realtor. They will help you.